feel?
Yeah. You know, it just really bothers me.
Make sure you tell me response to what they
Uh, it just in response to my babe Tony's video. It really just bothers me that people today, grown people, adults, cannot sit here and have an honest conversation out of love and respect. But instead, most people take another route and would rather sugarcoat their feelings and would rather jump through loopholes and just be done with it and never giving you a legit answer. Now, all those that know me know that I am a very blunt and direct person. I don't like people to sugarcoat nothing. I don't like to jump through loops. Tell me how it is. Cuz I give you the same. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. You know, I expect the same in return, especially from someone that is an adult, is grown, and you know, just has respect for me like I have for you. Um, a while back, I went through a situation where I had began my journey on Instagram, and my mother had messaged me one day out the blue, and like Tony had said, it wasn't a message that welcomed you in. Hi, hello, how are you doing? How you living? It wasn't a message like that. It was a very defensive message that came from a place that was unknown to me. But in this particular situation, those that know my Instagram, I have never posted anything that can be degrading towards my own image, that can hurt anyone that's around me that I know. Anything that I post on my Instagram has been things that inspire me artistically, creatively, or just the love of friends and just good times that I have in moments that I cherish. And one moment that really I loved and I cherished was the moment where my sister was accepted to Alvin and Ailey Dance School. Shout out to her. And the picture was of her getting ready to take her ballet class. Um, if any of you know the two twins that dance for Beyonce, with all the crazy hair, they were having a workshop at the school, and my sister was participating in it. And anyway, she was getting ready, and I snapped a picture of her just stretching, reaching out, touching her toes. Couldn't see her face or anything like that, but you know, in that moment, I was so proud of my sister for just being a part of something so amazing as of the Alvin and Ailey Dance School. Whereas one point, you know, people with a little shade to their skin weren't able to dance in the same schools as others, Caucasian people. Um, but I was very proud of her, and I cherished that moment, and I posted it on my Instagram out of love. There was nothing negative about that picture at all. But not even shortly following me posting that picture, my mother had messaged me, and it was very defensive, and she requested that I remove the picture and that I take it down. Now, just a little background on me and my mother. When we started off very roughly, as most gay males do with their parents. We started off very roughly, and as of today, we are now in an amazing place from where we came from. But we started out very roughly, and a lot of the hurt that she experiences comes from me wanting to be in a cocoon and shielding myself from the fear of what she might think, or you know how certain people would react to make her life better. um I'm no longer in that cocoon, and I think that's what scares her. um but yeah, my mother used to paint this picture of me as if I was one of these gay males that were out here living their lives in a manner that would be degrading towards themselves, that people could look at and say something negative about. She painted this picture in her mind that this is probably what I was doing, and that was never the case. Anyone that knows me knows I'm full of life, nothing but a loving person, and I love to have fun, laugh, play, have a sense of humor, and just enjoy life in general, drama free. Everyone knows that about me. And she doesn't know that about me because of how certain responses she gave me growing up. It caused me to never show her that side. Now, all my life as a kid, they knew I was very colorful, very dramatic, very theatrical. You know, they all knew that about me. So when I finally came out to her, it being it going the way it did shouldn't have been a shock at all. but but yeah, my family, my grandmother, God bless her heart, the strongest woman I know, she instilled in us the power of family and love, and what it means to truly and honestly be a family. And I carry that with me in my friends, in the workplace, in my relationships, in everything. I instill what she taught me. And for that split second, I feel like my mother forgot that. But she came at me in such a way that she didn't make me feel as if that was my sister. She made me feel as if I was a stranger that just happened to take her daughter's picture and post it on a social site. Now at that time, it wasn't my Instagram wasn't private. It was open. And from what she told me, she said she didn't want her children posted on social media like that. That like that word. Now I'm curious as to what like that means because it was done out of love. I'm your child too. Just as much as that is your daughter, that is as much as my sister. That's my blood. That was a proud moment that I was happy for her. But for you to sit there and get upset at me for posting a picture of her as if I was just a stranger hurt my heart. Because had it been a picture of you with me, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been a problem. Or even if all three of us were in the picture, it wouldn't have been a problem. But because it was just her by herself, I didn't see any harm in the picture at all. But then again, I think some parents feel that have gay children paint this picture in their mind of what their child could possibly be doing who they could be connected to, or what type of life they live. My mother wouldn't know that caring, loving, fun side of me like that because she never wanted to find out. She never wanted to be a part of that. You know, I went through a very dark time where me and her really became distant. But as we grew closer, and I let it be known, I'm no longer going to wear this mask. I'm ripping that off and I'm going to live my life for me. That scared her because I was living for myself and nobody else. But it just really upsets me when even listening to Tony's video that someone else has had this experience and not just me. It really upsets me when it's family that does it to you. And the fact that you are not man enough or even have that respect for your family to let it be known a simple reason as to why. It hurts me. And it really like boils my blood. Now see, when I asked my mama, it was just cuss me the fuck out. It is what it is, and that's how it's gonna be, with no explanation. I'm a grown man now. I pay my own bills now. If I want to ask why, I have that right. For you to get offended or feel some type of way when I'm coming to you out of respect and asking why says a lot about your character. And it says a lot about you, regardless of what type of degree you have. And my mother, I respect her to death. She has a master's. She is a hardworking woman. And however, parents and family can also say certain things that are very ignorant, very unthoughtful, and very hurtful without even knowing it. And it just bothers me that this has to happen to another person. And like I told y'all, I'm a very blunt, direct person. But the fact that if I come to you as a man and you can't even tell me the underlining issue as to what your problem is with me, that's a problem. And for me to feel some type of way, and if I want to make a video about it or do whatever, don't get upset at me. This is my life. This is the life I choose to live. I can do as I please. I'm a grown man. But it just really bothers me that to this day people can't be honest with family. It hurts. Like, I'm your family. Like, if I knocked on your door today and I lost everything, are you going to turn me down? Like, is this how it works nowadays? Like, I think people truly have lost the meaning as to what family is. Tony said in his video, his mom posts pictures of her and her children all the time. What's the difference? Facebook is what you use it as. It is what you make it. But if Tony is a person who makes his Facebook about, quotes of just spirituality and happiness, and, he doesn't use it to degrade his image, then what's the problem? That I don't understand. What is this, that sole problem that you just honestly it just gets under your skin that he can't do something that either his mother does or his sister does? Scratch the fact that the kids are even in the video, if it's the nephew or the niece, scratch that fact. What if it was just his sister and his mom and him? Are you going to have a problem because that's your wife? Like, how does that work? Because that's still his sister. And at the end of the day, blood is thicker than water. I don't care who you are. If I want to post a picture of my family, I goddamn well please. And that's just how I feel about it. But if I know that my Facebook or my social media has not been used to degrade my image, what's the problem? And by you telling me, or not giving me a legitimate reason as to why I'm not allowed to do this, you're telling me that it's something deeper within yourself that you're having problems with. It goes beyond just the picture. What's your problem with me now? Would be my question. Is it the fact that I live my life to love someone of the same gender? Is it the fact that, I may have done something that you haven't forgiven me of? What is it? Like, be clear and be honest. But don't bullshit me and don't give me sugar-coated answers. And that pisses a person off. And that makes people feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, we're still family. You are connected to my sister. Your blood runs through my niece's veins as well as does mine. We have the same blood. It runs through their veins. We are connected through them. So what is the bigger issue if we are family? Please tell me. Honestly. Don't sugarcoat anything. And I think we lose the sight of that. When my mother did that to me, it hurt because you didn't come at me as a way of, oh, well, my son, I just really just don't want my kids. I just really don't want you to post my daughter on the internet. Like, regardless of what manner it's in, just don't post my daughter. You didn't come to me in a respectable way. You were so defensive in a way as to that wasn't even my blood. And I think that's the part that hurt the most, is that you are blind. You're blind to the fact that that's my family. I'm entitled to her as well. I would never put my sister in a position or, use her picture to degrade her or to hurt y'all. I would never do that. So why would you assume or paint a picture of me like I would? I don't get that. And I'm sure Tony wouldn't have never done that to his niece and nephew. He would never degrade their image. He loves those kids. It's love, family love, and a happy post. But because you want to be ignorant or you want to have these demons inside of you that just can't be honest with yourself or tell him the real reason, or you're still facing some deeper, darker issue that you haven't yet brought to light, that's a personal problem between you and Jesus. And you need to fix that because you're never going to move past that and see me as family. Because what you're viewing me as right now is a stranger. Because there is no difference from my mother posting a picture of my nieces and nephews versus me. There is no difference. We're family. That's the only thing. And if you say it's anything other than that, then that just shows your ignorance. That just shows your stupidity. That just shows that the degree you just got ain't worth shit. Stop bringing family down. We need to build the core reason of family back up. We need to. We need to realize what family is. Otherwise, we ain't learned nothing. In the past 100 fucking years that everything as a people we done been through. We ain't learned shit. And I guarantee you, if Jesus or God had a Facebook, boy, accept or decline your friend invitation. How many of y'all would make it on his friend list? Jesus. Oh my God. I just don't understand. And I just hope and pray that one day the world will see as a people, see me as a brother. Tupac said it best. See me as a brother and not as two distant strangers. It's as simple as that. We are family. Learn the meaning of it. Understand the meaning of it. Instill the meaning of it. Period. That's all I gotta say.